Yes, I'm recording. Brand new tires. Here's the top. I said, here's the top.
The top's in really good shape, no tears. I was going to replace these lifted dots because they don't hold quite as well, but it doesn't cause the top to leak. The body work was something I was going to do. There is some rust here, but not underneath, so I think it's just the panel. It sounds pretty solid. And then there's rust here around the headlight.
Oh, that's not very good.
And it also sounds solid. It just needs paint work.
I'm not doing very good with this video.
Making people nauseous.
Probably.
And then the trunk lid where somebody tried to shut it with the prop up is kinked. And then the dent here. But that was all the body work that I was going to do. Other than mechanical stuff, the clutch squeaks a little bit, and you heard the belt from starting the engine. It does that when it's cold. I was going to move the alternator to the other side of the engine, but once it warms up, the belt quits squeaking. The interior is pretty much finished, the new gauges. The speedometer, I was going to change the way the signal gets to it, so it's more accurate at slow speeds, but on the highway it's very accurate. It has the half tonneau and the full tonneau cover. Both excellent condition, original leather, not the cheap vinyl like the top. Those are in the trunk. The rear tires, wheels and hubs are brand new. And the car, since the engine's put in it, it's got, say, 1,200 miles. The front has new brakes, calipers, all the brake system is new. It's got new master, new booster, new clutch. The engine I didn't rebuild. I don't know how many hours or miles are on it. I tore it apart. All the bearings look good except for the cam bearings, which I did replace. I haven't done a compression, but it does get up and go. It has 2 new injectors. The other 4 were decent. The alternator is brand new. That's 105 amp, so it does everything quite well. I put relays in for everything, fuel pump, headlights, horn, so that it's not all going through the ignition key. The ignition key only powers the relay that powers the rest of the system. So there's only about half an amp going through the ignition keys, whereas before there was about 30 amps, which was kind of overpowering the system. The only issue we've had, we took it to Glenwood. The round trip was about 1,000 miles, give or take, and I had an issue with the fuel filter in the tank. And since cleaned it, replaced it, and it runs great.
We're at almost 5 minutes.
Well, we could put 8 minutes on YouTube.
Okay.
Anyway, fuel tank holds about 9 gallons. The car is getting roughly 30 miles to a gallon, depending on how you drive it. New brakes. The transmission, the bearings do growl. I'm just going to have it rebuilt to rebuild it myself. But it shifts nice and smooth. It just has a growling noise. But even with the top down on the highway, the engine purrs and you can hear yourself.
The seats.
I like the seats.
Well, you put new foam under the cushions.
Yeah,
They're more
foam in the
comfortable.
seats. There's new seat belt.
Oh, yeah.
Got the airline style seat belts. Has a battery disconnect. Has a nice stereo, 4 speakers, USB, MP3. The gauges, the 2 center gauges are new. A lot of the switches are new. It's got the billeted window cranks, so you don't have to replace the plastic ones. Now, whether it make it to North Carolina, it should, but I would take my own tools because I could fix it. The price of gas, it'd probably be cheaper to pay a transport, $500 or $600, and then not put the miles on it. It is re-geared in the back to 307 gears. So highway at 75 miles an hour, it's turning about 2,000 RPM. So it's nice and quiet. Let's see. As far as other projects, it was just down to the bodywork. There wasn't much else to do. Everything else is gone through. Steering rack's gone through. Brake system's all gone through.
You're at 7 minutes.
All right. So if you have questions or want specific pictures, let us know. Thanks.